Hello, all. Thank you for joining us on this stream about everything NFTs and the future of GameFi. Just to introduce myself, my name is Soon. I'm the co-founder of a gaming or GameFi platform on the BNB chain called MOBOX, and we have Ghost from Gallard.io here. So, Ghost, you want to do a quick intro?
Yeah, why not? I think, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here with you soon. So let's talk a little bit about NFTs and our thoughts on the future of the market and how things have been developed in the space. I think there are a lot of cool things that we're going to talk about during this call. But just for the people that still don't know Galler, first of all, me as Ghost, I'm a head of marketing for Galler. And Gallard, for you guys that don't know, still we are a multi-chain NFT marketplace, fun, easy, and definitely a rewarding place for you that want to trade NFTs in the crypto space. Of course, as you've mentioned, in MOBOX is actually one of our tier A or blue chip projects. So definitely you guys need to go to Gallard and check out what's going on with MOBOX there. But I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about it on really soon during the call. So yeah, I think that's a good intro for now about Gallard and about myself.
Amazing, amazing. So I kind of want to understand how did you yourself get into NFTs?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think it's the same of crypto, right? I won't lie here, but I think that everyone that gets into crypto at first, you just get in because you hear some friends or someone, or you see something that is a potential for you to make some money, right? And that thing just gets to you, and you say, oh, maybe I should check it out. And that's how I got into crypto, and that's this exactly same way how I got into NFTs. You just see new things popping up in the market, new opportunities for you. And I think that this is the first step. It kind of takes down the adoption barrier because you wanna be a part of that because of the potential benefits you can get from it. But it ends up that you discover so many things that you can do with it and all the technology behind it. Same thing for crypto as it is like for DeFi and now for NFTs. So I think that's how I got actually into NFTs. Just like first of all, different collections. I think that like from PFP collections to gaming collections, I've been a part of like a whole lot of different games, a couple of different PFP collections. So I think that's how I got into this space. But now I believe it's a whole different approach just because I'm first part of the space, which makes things a little bit different. But also, I think that for now, besides being into crypto for a couple of years, I think that when you join the NFT space, you think of it as one thing, but as you are into it, you just see there's so many possibilities into it that's just like mind blowing. And now I think we're still scratching the surface of what NFTs can be and can really represent in terms of like disruptive technology for our future.
Yeah, definitely. NFTs kind of really started out as just collectibles, but I think in the past year or two, we've been seeing a lot more utility being used for NFTs, whether it's gaming, whether it's even real estate or copyright, obviously, even a lot of just a lot of different utility that's been popping up. Where do you kind of see NFTs and how it's going to be expanding in the next, 3 to 5 years?
To be honest with you, I have no idea, and I think no one does actually. I can have a couple of thoughts and I can have a couple of insights on what I've seen and how I see the market evolving, but I don't think we can have a clear answer for it because it has been everything is so fast in crypto. We are used to that in crypto, but I think with NFTs and the I wouldn't call it mass adoption, but that's how we usually call it. So, but the traditional world adoption of NFTs is going to come and it's going to be there. And I think as we are already seeing a couple of initiatives related to, for example, NFT ticketing. We've seen gamings like overtaking the market, and I think this is one of the coolest things that you can ever think of the use case for NFTs. But I think we're still going to to have a lot of different things being used as using the NFT technology. For example, yesterday actually I was in a conversation discussing about this, and I think that we are going to have it as intellectual property. For example, when you think about the things that we've been through recently in the development of vaccines, etc., I think that different medical and like academic research all over the world can become actually NFTs, and those royalties. I mean, because we think about researches and we don't know if they're successful or not. But I think there are some that are not successful that can help actually develop in other parts of the world or for other researchers. So using that as a possible earning mechanism for some, I think that this could also be a game changer when it comes to developing new technologies around the whole globe. So yeah, I mean, we're still scratching the surface. I think there's still a lot more to be developed in the NFT space.
Yeah, definitely. It's actually really interesting because, like you said, whether it's medical, I think every single industry has their own kind of use case for NFTs, but it's still
Yep.
undiscovered right now. So, since a lot of things are still undiscovered, what do you think are the barriers to people adopting the use cases for NFTs?
I think it's, to be honest, the same as every new technology. I think, for example, right now, we are used to actually on a daily basis use a lot of different things that we don't have a clue how they work. For example, I think of myself, and I think of other people. For example, the old ones in my family, they use internet, they use like different chat messaging applications, they use the computer, they use email, a lot of things. They don't necessarily know how it works. They just know that they can use it. You can, for example, drive a car every single day, but you don't necessarily need to learn the mechanics of it. I think for crypto and for NFTs, it's the same. We have to get to a point where the experience is seamless. People can just use it without necessarily knowing how to use, because today you still gotta learn how to create a crypto wallet. You still gotta like check the transaction address like a couple of times before you really make sure that it's the right place for you to transact your NFTs or your crypto. So when we get to a point where the experience is a little bit more simple for everyone actually to be a part of that, I think that's when we're going to have like mass adoption and really people using NFTs no matter what. And I think there are already applications and some things being developed on that path to really make NFTs more accessible and just like easy for every single person to be able to use it without necessarily know how it works.
Yeah, I agree 100%. No, I think even simple things like just the wording that we use, the jargon that we use. I think
Yeah,
the blockchain industry, a lot of us tend to use very difficult words that are very hard for a lot of people to understand. Just for example, a customer or a user, they don't really need to know whether it's an ERC 721 or ERC 1155. All they have
yeah,
to know is that it's an NFT and how can I use it. So there's
exactly.
definitely a lot of things that we can improve on, but I do think that no, we're definitely all in the right direction. So tell us more about Gallard. So since no, there's a lot of other marketplaces out there. No, OpenSea, Rarible. There's so many out there. What is the idea behind Gallard?
Yeah, I think we have seen a lot of different good things actually being developed in the NFT space. When you think about marketplaces, as you mentioned, a few of them, we have a lot of them actually throughout the many different chains. And the idea around Galar actually came up exactly to be a solution for that, because we understand that there are so many different chains, different proposals in marketplaces. There are marketplaces focused on tokenomics, on rewarding stuff. There are marketplaces focused on arts. There are marketplaces focused on photography, on gaming. But we wanted to be a place where people from a vast majority of chains could actually come and have the same experience. So we are building actually a seamless, I mean, UX, UI, really good marketplace with the easy, fun, and rewarding place for people to join. So we want actually users to have not just the incentives, because as I mentioned, I think incentives are the first thing that actually bring you to the space. So you think about a new joiner, a person that is like coming to the space for the first time, there is a need for incentives there. I mean, this person cannot just be like, oh, I'm going to join the NFT space. Am I trading NFTs? I don't know. If there is an incentive, potentially this person is just like putting the barrier down and really adopting and just become an NFT trader, an NFT collector. So we believe in that, and what we are trying to build is actually a gamified ecosystem, a really good solution and seamless solution for everyone, from like NFT OGs like collectors of blue chip collections to gaming investors, people that are just investing in gaming NFTs and playing different games, etc., from people that are totally new to the business to be able to have a smooth experience when trading NFTs. And we plan on doing this multi-chain. So for now, we are supporting the BNB chain and we are also supporting Ethereum, both. But we are also going to have support for many others in the future. So we are building something here that is just like in its inception phase. I would still call it an MVP, to be honest with you. And because we are like a little bit more than 1 month old, and I think that we're going to just like keep developing different things and come up with like really different solutions for the space. So that's Gallard in a nutshell, I would say.
Amazing. I think, to be honest, we at MOBOX we found out about Gallard probably about 2 to 3 weeks ago, and we had a great conversation, and then we decided to work together, and it's been a seamless experience even for us. So can
That's awesome to
you?
hear, by the way.
And we just mentioned that no MOBOX avatars. We just launched our a set of limited edition Gala branded avatar NFTs on the launchpad. Can you kind of, for the viewers who haven't know who's never been on Gala before, can you kind of show us how to navigate Gala, how Gala, how other collectors can use the Gala platform, and how other developers can use the Gala platform as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. I think that's one of the reasons why we're here. So let me just check it. Can you add my screen to the main page? I don't think you can do it here. So yeah. Now this is the gallery interface. So when you first jump into gallery, that's what you're going to see. And of course, I mean, you can first of all, before do anything else, you can already connect your wallet here. So on this like top right corner here, you can connect your wallet, and you see that here we support two chains for the moment, as I mentioned before. So we have the Ethereum chain and also the BNB chain. And for MOBOX, for example, I think that we can use this as a best example. First of all, I mean, from Gallard, you can just like search for any collection here. So for example, you can search for MOBOX here and you will see the MOBOX avatar collection as a verified collection right here. You can see also the items, etc. So you can explore, you can have our launchpad, which I'll talk about it in a minute, and also links to everything that we have in terms of like social stuff for the community to interact. So Twitter, Discord, Telegram. By the way, our Discord is I call it the most rewarding place that you can be around when it comes to just like communities online. So just make sure to join our Discord and to follow us on Twitter, because every announcement, everything is going to be out there on both. And we really have like a really tight approach with the community. So for example, when you join our Discord, all our team is there. So we have mods, we have everything to help you on whatever is the need that you have at Gallard. And also if you need any help, you can come to the help here, submit a request, open a ticket, and our tech team will solve this out with you. So right now, for example, as you can see the Momoverse banner here, we have the MOBOX collection. And to actually showcase the collection, I will just jump into the MOBOX avatar. As you can see here, you have the popular collections, and you can jump into here and you will see everything related to the collection itself. So you have the items, the owners, you have the floor price, you have the volume, you have absolutely every information about it here. And you can even, like, for example, if you don't like this display of four, you can actually display a couple more NFTs from MOBOX here. You can see just like the so cool images that you have, just the awesome avatars that you can trade here, and you can filter. So you can check like for buy now, every single NFTs that you have actually listed on the marketplace. And one interesting feature that we have on Gallard, when you think about differential, so what Gallard can offer that other marketplaces cannot, what does it have that's so unique and so cool? For example, as you can see on the right hand side here, we have the order book. So you can see here the ones that are listed that you can buy, so people that are actually listing. But you also have people that are willing to pay a price for this collection, no matter what is the specific NFT. So for example, there is a person that is willing to pay 0.0795 BNBs for any of the avatars of this collection. So if you hold one and you are willing to sell, you can just come here and sell your NFTs to that person. And here is the time frame that this bid for buy is going to still be available. So this is a really interesting feature, because anytime that you have an NFT, you can just jump in and say and see, hey, I mean, is there anyone willing to buy, and for how much is this person willing to buy an NFT from this collection? Because if you're a holder and you want to sell, potentially you can just find something here. And people are actually like leaving money on the table sometimes. For example, as you can see, there is someone willing to buy for a 0.0795, but there is a seller that is selling for less than that. So this person can actually sell this NFT for this price if it wants and have a little bit more profit. So you got to be aware of everything that is going on the order book and make sure that you make the most out of it, because it's actually really, really interesting. And you can just keep scrolling down. You can see all of this, and you can also make offers here. And this is just like how it goes within the marketplace. I think the order book is the main differential here. So one thing that I would really like to highlight. And when you come here to the Launchpad, you will see that unfortunately for you guys, as we started the live stream, actually the Momo Avatar Launchpad has already sold out. So if you were not able to mint one, unfortunately you have to wait for the next time. But actually there were 1,000 Momo avatars that were like for sale for 1 hour, I believe, but in less than 1 hour it ends up just like being sold out. But actually you can just go to marketplace and right where we were before. So same thing. So you can see it's a different collection. It's Momo Avatar. So different number of items, owners, floor price, volume. And you can check here. You can see there is already an order book here. The minting phase just ended up like 70 minutes ago. And you already have a lot of NFTs listed and a lot of things here on the order book, which is pretty interesting. So basically that's the Gallard interface in a nutshell. You can also check Launchpad here for the upcoming ones. So for example, if you want to check which are the upcoming launches that are going to take place on Gallard, you can see them here. You have the time on when they're going to be available, the items that are going to be there, the prices. You have like the whitelisted ones. If you don't know what a whitelisting is, or if you're not familiarized with, you can just jump into Gallard Twitter, check her Medium articles. You understand absolutely everything about it. But as you can see, there is a price discount. So you definitely want to get whitelisted for as much collections as you can. And also the other drops that are going to take place in the upcoming days. And also for you guys, I mean, maybe there is a project owner that is listening to us right now. So you can also come here and apply for the Launchpad. So you can just fill out the Launchpad application and our team will contact you to see exactly how we can do it moving forward, and if we can really launch our collection on Gallard Launchpad that you already saw. It's like pretty interesting and was pretty successful. But I mean, main thing is just like go there and follow Gallard on socials. We have Twitter, Discord, Telegram, Medium. So make sure to follow on socials to be 100% on top of every announcement and every rewarding promo that can be out anytime. So yeah, I think that's good for an overview of the platform soon. So yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, that was great. No, I actually did not know about the order book where where someone can just put in a sell order or buy order, I should say, and you can just sell to that order. That's actually really interesting, and I think that kind of increases all the transactions and volume and activity on the platform as well. Because I know a lot of users, they might have heard of MOBOX avatars, but they don't know exactly which one they want, and instead of looking through, the whole kind of showcase, you can just purchase one whoever wants to sell you one. So that's actually pretty amazing. And I
Exactly. If
think
you want
that
to be
I've
a
never
part
seen
of that
that.
collection, that's it.
Yeah, exactly. They just kind of want to be part of the community, right? And I actually never seen that on any other platform before.
Yeah, I think we didn't see it either, but we thought that this could be a really interesting feature. It's something that was, I mean, missing in a couple of marketplaces. So you have it now in Gallard, and you just like go there, make the best out of it. Just any collection, you just place an order and wait for someone to sell to you.
Amazing. And I think previously you said about having an easy UI and UX. I must say that the Galler platform has a much better UI UX compared to a lot of other marketplaces out there.
Yeah,
It's
I
very
agree
easy
with you on
to.
that.
Yeah. I actually had another question. So if you go back to the Gallard.io homepage, you have
Yeah,
a
sure.
slogan there that kind of says NFTizing your rewards.
Hmm.
Can you explain that a little more?
Absolutely. I think that we have seen what has been going on with rewards all over the place, right? When it comes for NFTs and how rewards became actually a huge thing when it comes to trading NFTs and being able to kind of I wouldn't call it profit, but make some profit of every single transaction that you do if you're buying an NFT, selling an NFT with other marketplaces out there. And what we wanted to do is actually we want to create a rewarding ecosystem where you just get rewarded for a lot of different actions. Not mentioning here just like selling, buying, etc., but like different actions and just making sure that NFTs are part of that reward. So what we are doing for now is actually just trying to understand with projects such as MOBOX every type of promotions or every type of activities that we can run, as I told before, on our Discord, which I call it like the reward land. So we kind of have a lot of activities going on, on our socials where you can actually be rewarding, and we want to NFTize those rewards. So we want to make sure that those rewards are not just benefits, white listings, tokens, but actually things related to NFTs. So potential actual NFTs, and as I mentioned before, white listing spots. So we are just trying to make sure that we reward, but not just rewarding. I mean, tokens or whatever it is. We gave more than that. So we give you actually advantages to be a part of the NFT community, and they're going to make you even more engaged with the NFT side of things. So we want to bring everyone to the NFC side of the force, and we want to do that by NFTizing the rewards.
I think that's amazing, and that definitely helps with mass adoption. I think one thing is how we're able to get more NFTs into more people's hands. That's
Yep.
very important for the whole industry and how we kind of educate everyone on how to get your first NFT and the utilities behind all these NFTs. So you mentioned your launchpad. I must add here that launching a collection on Gallard is actually really, really easy. I think it took us no more than a day or two. So it's super simple. What kind of projects are you seeing that are applying for this launchpad? Are they more, kind of art collections? Are there games, or are there different other NFTs?
To be honest with you, there are different types of NFTs applying. So, for example, on the application process right now, we have a couple of art projects, and we have some PFP projects also. So, which is pretty interesting. And also, as I think that is one of the main things going on in the NFT space right now, gaming projects. And I do think that the BNB Chain community is going to start to enjoy a lot about the process that we want to bring to the BNB chain when it comes to launchpad, whitelisting process, being able to be whitelisted for a lot of different projects I mean, just making a transparent and easy to be rewarded type of process, where games such as MOBOX or every single other game that comes to the platform, they have a seamless user experience when it comes to getting the whitelisting spots, being able to mint the projects. So it goes from gaming to art collections to PFP. We have absolutely everything going on there at the moment. But I do think that the real game changer for the BNB chain community is actually being able to be a part of the whole process. So, I mean, enjoying from being whitelisted to actually minting, and then of course trading on the secondary market, playing the game, being a part of the Momoverse, for example. So I think that it's all a process of the user journey, and that we wanted to really make it unique, something that we believe that can be better done in the BNB chain community.
Yeah, I agree 100%. No, and personally, obviously, I believe that kind of gaming is going to be the way where NFT goes to mass adoption, just because there's a natural fit there with owning your own in-game assets and having them being able to go across different platforms and different games. But other than that, no, you also mentioned how Gallard is a multi-chain NFT marketplace. Currently, you're supporting BNB Chain and Ethereum. On the MOBOX platform, no, we also believe that multi-chain is also very important, but we kind of do it in other ways. So what we're going to be doing down the road is if you have an Ethereum NFT, all we're going to do is read your wallet because it's the same address for BNB Chain and Ethereum. We see
Yep.
that you have, for example, an ape NFT on the Ethereum blockchain, then we're going to support that in our games. So for Gallard.io, are you guys going to be having something like a bridge between the two chains? Is this something that's in the work?
This is something that has been in talks in early stages of development. I wouldn't say that this is something that is going to take place soon or any ETAs for that. Definitely something that we have been discussing. But to be honest with you, we have a couple of other things on the pipeline to be developed, like support for other chains and a couple of other interesting features that will be actually unique to our platform, such as the other book one that we believe will be like that are the priority at the moment. But definitely this is something that we have been thinking about, and our tech team is actually pretty excited to start working on that. And I do think that we can also, even just like thinking from the top of my head right now, but I definitely think that we can work some things together on that side too.
Got you, got you. And you also mentioned about the kind of the whitelist function. What can you give us a little more information on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the whitelisting is actually something that for people that are, I think that any NFT project now has some kind of whitelisting process going on when it launches. But for the ones that are not necessarily familiarized with the term, I think that whitelisting basically it's a ticket for you to mint the NFT. Basically, that's it. That's how I can sum it up. And the idea behind it is actually to reward the more engaged, or I mean, the more active members within the community. So, for example, let's think about MOBOX. Let's say MOBOX is doing a specific launch, and they have 100 NFTs that will be launched somewhere. For example, on Gallard, and they want to reward the most active members of the community with whitelisting spots, because they know that there are many more than 100 people just like willing to get those NFTs, willing to mint those NFTs. But unfortunately, I mean, not more than 100 will be able to do so. So what it does is actually it gives, like, for example, 10 people or 20 people, how many people you want. Like, it can be any percentage. It can be like 100%, it can be like 10%, 50% of the whole NFT. So in a 100 NFT drops, let's say 20 people are going to get whitelisted, 20 addresses. And those people are going to be whitelisted based on their engagement within the community. So it can be on Twitter, it can be on Discord, but we will see, I mean, which activities those people are doing, if they're retweeting this, if they're commenting on that, if they're taking part on specific activities, joining live streams, whatever it is. You can understand what those people are doing, and it can even be like on-chain activity too. For example, you think about MOBOX. I mean, which people do own this, and these NFTs from MOBOX? Those may be the people, I mean, users that are really into the game and really like excited about the game. So this should be worth of a couple of whitelisting spots, and they give those whitelisting spots. And what it does is actually usually you get like a price discount, so you mint for a lower price than the people on the public sale. And you also have time to mint the NFTs without any hurry, because as you guys saw, the launchpad that we have with MOBOX sold out in less than an hour. So you don't want to be like in a hurry to mint the NFTs. You want to be like calm, and just be able to mint the NFTs like really smoothly. Maybe sometimes you have a connection issue or something, and for whitelisted people, we don't want this to interfere on your minting processes. So we really want you to have enough time. So you have enough time, you have a pricing discount, and you don't have to worry about anything more. For example, for BNB Chain, I know this is not an issue, but also you don't have to be tracking gas or anything like that, because you can mint at a specific time window, and it's all good, no issues, no problem at all. It's the similar, I think, correct me if I'm wrong soon, but I think it's the closest that you can get to a private or seed investing in NFTs, right?
I agree 100%. And I actually really hope that you would have told me about this system before we even launched, because I think these members of the community that you're referring to are actually the most valuable to any project. And being able to reward them for all the hard work they've done, all the commitments, all the support that they've given the project is actually very, very important. So yeah, I
Absolutely.
think that's an amazing feature. So no, there's some kind of NFT marketplaces out there who kind of launch their own token, and there are ones that haven't. For example, OpenSea, I don't believe have their own token, but a NFT marketplace platform like Wearable definitely does. What do you think the pros and cons are for launching a platform token for an NFT marketplace? And is Gallard thinking of doing something similar?
Yeah, this is definitely something that is that we are. I mean, we're in talks right now, and thinking of it and in the developmental processes of it. And I think it can be good, if you do it the right way. I think that's the thing. I think anything, actually, any technology or anything that you add to your project or to a marketplace, an NFT marketplace, if well done, it can be really beneficial. So I think for a marketplace right now, as I mentioned before, we've seen a couple of things related to tokens as rewards. For example, with LuxRare, I believe is the main example for that, most successful one at least. But we think that there are better ways actually to approach that. Not that what we're doing is not good. It's good, don't get me wrong, but you can make it even better. I think it's always a work in progress, by the way. I don't think that even if and when we come up with such thing, it will end up being the final product and like 100% developed in the perfect way. By any means, it's not going to happen. I think it's like you got to keep improving and keep adding. I mean, couple of things. First of all, I think utility, just like you need to make sure that if you issue a token, it gotta have value, and the community needs to perceive the value, and it's gotta be useful for the community, not just in terms of reward, but for actually activities within the marketplace or whatever it is. So you gotta really make sure that you're not simply creating something from thin air that doesn't necessarily have a lot of value. I mean, intrinsic value. I think you need to come up with specific activities. And I'm just like eager to share a couple of ideas here, but I don't think I can share a lot of details on what we have been thinking on that. But what I can say is that we are actually in talks to potentially come up with such thing, and we are going to have a couple of really interesting use cases and engaging game fight. I mean, yeah, I could go on and on here, but really interesting utilities around it if it really comes up to fruition. So yeah, that's what I can say right now.
It seems like you're about to give us some inside news there.
Almost, but I don't think I can, at least for now. So just dropping the breadcrumbs, and let's see how it evolves. Definitely, just like keep an eye on our Twitter or Discord. You guys will know everything about it.
Definitely amazing, amazing. I think you really gave us a really good intro to NFTs and kind of what Gallard is trying to do, kind of future developments. Also, you did even though you didn't leak any inside news, but I think it was a really good introduction to what Gallard wants to be, kind of how they're fixing a lot of issues with other NFT marketplaces, and hopefully we'll be able to launch even more collections on the Gallard
Absolutely.
platform soon.
100%. It's going to be leaked, I'd say.
Amazing, amazing. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I think that I mean, I just wanted to make sure that I mean, people just went to Gallard and just like enjoy these small box collections that are going on there. I mean, Launchpad, of course, now only on secondary market, but also just like make sure to join and to check to use the order book feature, because as I said before, I don't think there is anything better than incentives for you to come up and join a different space. So if you're not into NFT space, I can tell you right now there is money left on the table here on the order book. So I mean, just go there, check it out. Besides the awesome avatars and everything related to MOBOX, I think that it's a great opportunity for you guys to just like be in touch with the NFT space at first, to have the first experience with NFTs. I think this is like just awesome, and you guys cannot be left out of it. So make sure to just like follow MoBox in all of their socials, follow Gallard too, and be ready for the things that are coming right after.
Amazing. Thank you for the free advertising as well.
Yeah. Okay. You're welcome.
Yeah, so before we end off here, I want to see if we're able to get our backstage host to kind of show a video of the great Momo verse that the MoBox platform just launched today. And I believe it should be coming up very soon.
Wow. Are
Amazing.
you
Thank you
are
for
you
showing.
not entertained with this? This is
I'm super
awesome.
entertained. And I think before we leave here, we still got to mention that we have a huge event with MOBOX and Gallard.io. We're giving away $500,000 in NFTs and a very limited edition Galler Momo of legendary quality. So make sure you check out both the MOBOX.io and Gallard.io platform to get all your information there. And thank you, Ghost, again for attending this talk, and thank you, BNB Chain, for allowing us to host this great talk.
Yes, 100%. I'd like to thank you soon for the for your companion here during this talk. And do you? I mean, I'm not sure. Do you want to go over some like community questions or questions that they dropped on the comment section? Do you think we
Oh,
can
you know
pick
what?
at,
That's
at least?
actually a very good idea. Why don't we do that?
Yeah, let's pick at least one for us to go over here. I mean, up to you. Your choice. I
Yeah,
think.
no, well, let's no. To be honest, we should do that. It didn't come across my mind, but why don't we spend the next, no, 10, 20 minutes kind of answering some questions from the community?
Why not? Yeah, let's do it. Let's go for it.
Sounds good. Let me, well, you choose one first, and then I'll choose the next one.
Okay, perfect then. So I think that that is a good one here. So I think this is a good one from Hyuye, if I'm pronouncing it correct. I'm not sure I am, but what would Mobox or Galler say is the key strength or differentiator as a project among Web3 universe projects? How does Mobox or Galler intend to have continued competitive advantage over their peers? I think it's like you go first on this one. I've been talking, doing most of the talking here, so you started off.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for the question, Hugh Yi. So I think no, there's a lot of great projects out there. I think a lot of people are building very great things. But there's one thing about talking about it and building it, and another thing about actually having the product out there. With Mobox, although we're not that big of a team, but we've been in the gaming industry for years and years. So we understand kind of what gamers want. We understand the whole idea between NFTs and the benefits of the blockchain. So what we realized, we have a lot of kind of blockchain companies and gaming companies that come contact us to see if we can do partnerships and whatnot. And what we really realized is you have two types of companies. One type of company is a blockchain company that's trying to get into the whole kind of the GameFi space just because that's the hottest topic right now. But they don't know anything about games. And then you have gaming companies that they see Axie, they see Sand, they see Mobox, and they're like, oh no, we want to get into this space too. But the learning curve is actually very high. So I think one of the biggest competitive advantages that the Mobox team has is kind of our experience in the blockchain industry, as well as our over a decade experience in developing multi-million-dollar mobile games and web games. But we definitely got to keep building, and hopefully we can continue proving ourselves and showing the community that we're going to be able to bring blockchain games to the mass audience. You want to speak for Gallard there?
Yeah, I mean, I think you. I mean, you are on top of everything. To be honest with you, and read it right in the nose because the main differential. To be honest with you guys, I think it could be many, but it's actually the team. I think the vision. I mean, the connections. I think this is what actually makes a project. I mean, at least from Galler's perspective, one of the key differentiators. I think that when you say that your team is really, I mean, well, I mean, just have a really good knowledge about the gaming space, know what gamers want, etc. I mean, you're pointing out that the differential is the team, and I think this is the most important thing, to be honest. And what I also think is that one differential that one of the differences that you guys have, and I think that we as Galar are still developing, and because we are such a new project still, but we are definitely on the right track of doing so, and a lot of other projects are actually on the same path. Is one thing that I think is on web 2 actually we talk a lot about MVP. So you have like the minimum valuable product, you got to go to the market, test it out, etc. I think that for web 3 and for gaming projects or any other project in web 3, you gotta have a minimum valuable community. So I would say that a community is what's going to drive everything at the end of the day, because you can have the best product out there, the best marketplace, the best game, whatever it is, but if you don't have a community, you have nothing. So I think this is what is going actually to become the main differentiator from good to great projects in the space, is going to be all about community. Yeah, that's my thinking at least.
Yeah, no, since you mentioned kind of the Web 2.0 to Web 3.0 transition, I kind of want to add a statement there. In Web 2.0, what it was really about is how much value you can extract from the user. But what we see now with the transition to Web 3.0 and platforms like MOBOX and Galler is it's more about how we can give value back to the users and to the community and those who really support whatever we're doing. Because without users, without the community, a project is nothing.
Exactly. I think this is like exactly the thing. The community is what drives everything, and we just need to make sure that the community is taken care of and pleased, because that's how things are going to flourish for every single project. But yeah, do you want to pick the next one?
Yeah, so there's a question here from Easy. How will Gallard build a Web 3.0 custom domain system?
This is a pretty interesting one, actually, and I think that it's still on its. I mean, we're seeing some interesting initiatives on that specific topic, and those are one of the things that actually are kind of attached to the things that we are going to launch in the near future. So, without giving much details on what we are planning on doing on and how do we see things moving forward, I think that this domain system is going to be actually one of the key things that are going to help, as we were talking about before, soon on the transitional period, that will have more people adopting actually Web3, NFTs, etc., because it kind of eases a lot of things. So I think Gallard is going to be definitely one. This is something that is on a radar already, and we want to do a couple of interesting things around it, not just for one specific network, but also like a multi-chain kind of thing. So yeah, I think for now that's what I can disclose. But definitely I see this as one of the main. What I can say is that we as Gallard see this as one of the main tools of that can potentially lead to a seamless user experience, smoother user experience, and also that can potentially lead to mass adoption. I'm not sure if you agree with me on this or not, son.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And no, I think basically what you also mentioned before is that no, Gallagher is not just kind of an NFT marketplace for no gaming NFTs and art NFTs, but they're going to be a marketplace for no NFTs from all different kinds of industries. And
Exactly.
as we see more adoption for NFTs among other industries, like you said, in the medicinal industry, hospitality, and whatnot, there needs to be an easy to use platform for people to kind of educate themselves and to understand what these NFTs can do and how they're going to grow together. But yeah, it seems like there's going to be a lot of great things that Gallagher is planning. I think I almost got you to leak some inside news again, but failed. But
Yeah,
I'll try harder next time.
yeah, and since I don't want to be like the guy that is always almost leaking something and almost talking about something and not doing it, I'll say one thing that for Easy and for others that are, watching us at the moment, for example, one of the things that we plan on doing that kind of link it to it is actually developing what we call marketplace as a service. So we also plan on not just having Galler as a marketplace, but also we understand that a lot of like web. First of all, we have a vision that Web3 is not going to take down Web2. And Web2 is not going to be something that is only in the past. I don't think, and we don't believe that we can put it into boxes and differentiate it 100% one from another. There will be Web2 aspects in Web3, and there are already Web3 aspects in Web2. We believe that, and we believe that the future is going to be mixed. So we understand that traditional IPs, so traditional brands, are I mean, we are seeing this already with Nike, Adidas, and a lot of other brands that are joining the Web3 space. So we just think that potentially a lot of those brands, they have huge communities. As we said, community is like the main driver. So why not join the NFT space? But they gotta do it in the right way. So developing a solution that is actually interesting for them, branded, and as we were mentioning about the seamless experience that people doesn't even know they're into NFTs or doesn't even know they're into crypto, but they are actually using their own IPs. This is also something that we are developing as a solution for traditional brands to join the Web3 space. And I think Gallard will be one of the key players in this, even without necessarily being like out there, as, hey, this is a Gallard marketplace, or this is this is that. Secondary market, 100%, but like potentially Gallard will be a solution that most people won't even see it happening, but it will be happening. So yeah, that's another thing we're working on.
Amazing, amazing. And no, kind of the ease of use that you were mentioning. We actually received a lot of feedback from our community today. So our community, so the MOBOX platform, we have our own NFT marketplace inside as well. But with the MOBOX avatars, we decided to work with Gallard and Binance NFT NFT avatars to all the owners. And a lot of people are just talking about how easy it is to use Gallard. Just know how how great it looks. Just a bunch of positive feedback about the Gallard platform.
Yeah,
Um,
and I think it's
so
the
there's
same
this
about the
question here.
Mobox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, well, I think one great thing about both of us is that we both have the idea that no, it's really about how to make it as easy as possible for the user, so even your grandma can use it.
Yeah, 100%. I think this is the big thing about web, about the development, about adoption, about all of this. We keep saying that, oh, when is crypto going to have mass adoption? Oh, when Bitcoin is going to become like legal tender in this or this country? When NFTs are going to take down some of the technologies that we have today on the traditional world? I think that, I mean, it's all about how it's going to happen, the process itself. It gotta be seamless. You cannot, for example, ask for a person that barely can like use a smartphone to create a crypto wallet and make a transaction. It's just like, it's too hard. It's not going to happen. And if you want to have the adoption from that person, you got to understand, I mean, you got to understand your user, and you got to just like offer the best experience, a seamless experience. I mean, the easier it is, the faster you can escalate it. And I think that that's the thing, just like make it simple, because simple is what people want. I mean, people want things, simple things that really can escalate, and that you can really develop this into an actual solution for others. If you cannot do this, unfortunately, I'm not sure about success.
Exactly, and I always tell everyone I speak to when we talk about blockchain and the future of blockchain and NFTs is users always choose the path of least resistance.
Yeah,
So it's up to the developers to provide this path.
exactly. That's why we're still using fiat, to be honest.
Exactly, exactly.
So yeah, but that's I mean, that's the reason. So I mean, when we developed such solutions, I think things are going to change drastically.
Exactly. There's a question here from the Peter G13. Will you be able to buy and sell avatar NFTs inside the Momoverse? So actually, what we're doing with Gallard.io, which is going to be something I think will be pretty neat. So in the Momoverse, there's going to be a Gallard.io building. When you walk into that building, it takes you to the Mobox collection page on Gallard.io, and you can do all your trading of the MOBOX avatars on there.
Which is pretty awesome, by the way.
Yeah, it should be out hopefully by next week.
Yeah, we are more than excited for that. Just like to be able to join the Momoverse, and just like, yeah, I mean, that's one of the most exciting things I think are happening in the future. We talk a lot about a lot of things that are actually happening in the Gallard future, but this is definitely one of the closest ones to be out there, and that we are most excited about.
Amazing, amazing. It seems that we're done with most of the questions here.
Yeah, I
Is there
think so.
anything you want to leave with?
No, I think that it's, I mean, I think we covered everything. There are a couple of questions related to partnership, marketing, and updates. I think that for all of those, you just like need to follow both projects, Gallard and MOBOX on its socials, just like make sure to follow on Twitter because as we know, crypto Twitter is where everything is announced, where everything happens, like breadcrumbs, etc. But if you want to just like to be a real part of the community, I think just join Discord, Telegram, where the community is closer and they're actually, I mean, interacting because we know on Twitter there is a lot of interaction, but it's more like a source of information. So join Discord, join Telegram, make sure to be active there because I can tell it at least from Galler's side that will be a lot of interesting things going on in terms of rewards as it has been since the beginning. So yeah, just make sure to go there to be informed and get to know every single thing that is happening with Galler. Same from a box, right?
Definitely, definitely. No, there's a lot of great things that's going to be happening with MoBox. I always tell my guys, I never like to announce something just for the sake of announcing. With marketing plans and partnerships, these things will come along as long as we keep building, and I believe that will be the same for Gallard. So again, I want to thank you, Ghost. I actually learned a lot about NFTs during this talk. So thank you for not just educating all the viewers that are watching right now, but even educating myself. So thank you for that. Thank you to BNB Chain for allowing us to have this talk here. And thank you to all the viewers and hope you guys had an amazing time.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you guys again for the time and talk soon.
Talk soon. Have a good one, Ghost.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.